did not like the fact that I spent a lot of my grocery budget in one go and then I didn't have any cash left for the rest of the month. Hey guys, welcome back to another video and thank you so much for joining me yet again. If it is your first time here, and on this channel I chat about all things related to managing your money and adulting in general. So if that sounds like your type of vibe, please make sure that you check out our other content, and if you like what you see, don't hesitate, smash that subscribe button and become a member of the team. Guys, speaking of adulting, yeah, have you seen that video where the child laughs and then she's like, ew? That literally summarizes and describes the past 2 or so months for me. Please let me know in the comment section if you agree. But anyway, asikho lapho. Today I want to talk about how weekly groceries and meal prepping has honestly changed my budget and done wonders for my finances this year. I've been doing that for more than a year now. I started last year and it's honestly been a game changer. I did share about it on Instagram, on a text that I shared on Instagram, and people started DMing me on some, how do you do it? You know, groceries are getting out of hand, takeaways are getting out of hand. Please share how you do it, you know, who you're doing it for in terms of the family size so that we can apply as well. And that is exactly what I am doing today. Obviously, I'm going to do a YouTube video about it because you guys also need to know the tea, right? So I firstly started doing groceries traditionally when I was living alone and when I started living with my husband as well. I used to do groceries the traditional way, which is at the end of every month when you get paid, you draw down a long list of all of the things you believe you are going to make for the month, and then you buy that way. And I also did a lot of bulk buying, and when I grew up there was a lot of bulk buying happening because it saves money and all of those things. So that is what I used to do before. You get paid, you write a long list, you go to the grocery shop and you grab whatever it is that you're going to need for the month, so that if you do run out of money during the month, you know that your pantry and your fridge is full. That is how I used to do groceries. But guys, soon into my working years, I realized that this does not work for me. Even before I started living with Mr. M, I knew that this doesn't work for me at all. It actually causes a lot of wastage more than anything else. So today I want to take you through how it is that I manage my meal prepping and how I manage my weekly groceries and how that saves me money, and some of the benefits that I've seen from transitioning from the normal way of doing groceries to what I do now. First things first, right? When it comes, I'm going to speak specifically about dinner, and I'll tell you why. I used to also focus on breakfast and lunch quite a bit, but then I realized that, you know what, to be honest, myself and Mr. M are not breakfast people, and he gets lunch at work, and I'm fine to simplify lunch quite a bit in order to make it easier for myself during the week when I started making lunch. So breakfast for us during the week is non-existent. I do intermittent fasting, so I only eat after 12 and I don't eat after 8 p.m. on my best days. And then on Mr. M's side, he grabs fruit in the morning, and then they do get lunch at the office. Thank God. I love that company for that. They get breakfast and lunch at the office if they would like to have it, but he's not a fan either. And then I don't have breakfast, and for lunch I buy 3 things literally: burger patties, Viennas, wings, and 4 things, and noodles on those days where I'm too lazy to make the other 3 things. And then on the days that I am going to the office, that is what I will carry typically. And I buy all of those lunch things once a month because it's just, for me, very easy to make and it makes my life easy. A very big thing to note about this is that we've got very simple taste in my family and my household, and we also don't mind repeating stuff. That is very, very important if you are going to meal prep. You need to not mind repeating things, right? Because you save time by preparing more than you should. So when it comes to breakfast, we typically don't have breakfast during the week. And because we're not breakfast fans, when it comes to the weekend, we have cereal. That's it. And 1 cereal, mostly porridge, because that's what we like. My mom actually laughs at me because when I grew up, I used to joke about the fact that porridge makes me sick because I didn't enjoy it. And then I got married, I went to the north. In the north, they made porridge. I absolutely loved it. And I've been on that bandwagon since. So our breakfast, even in the weekend, guys, is very simple. So that works for us. So breakfast and lunch things are basically non-existent in this household. And obviously it helps budget-wise. It opens up a bit more space in other areas for us to explore. And it makes things very, very simple as well. So that's the first thing. And then dinner. This is how I prepare, firstly, my meal prepping, right? But I'm going to move on to the weekly groceries from there as well. And I'm going to take you step by step on exactly how it is that I manage the two. And then at the end of the video, we'll speak about some of the benefits that I've seen if I don't mention them already. It is very simple. It's not complicated at all. But guys, trust me, it does make a difference in your budget, because most of your expenses, your bigger ones, are very fixed. What goes out of hand during the month is your groceries, your dining out, and your takeaways, and your fuel. Those are the variable things you need to top up on. So those are the items you actually should be watching in your budget, because the bond, the car, the savings, the investments, all of that, the debt, it goes off on payday, right? And then you're left with your disposable income for the things that I've mentioned. So those are the small things that you actually should be keeping your eye on, right? So how I meal prep weekly for the week is that every Saturday afternoon towards the evening, we usually watching something on Netflix on the couch. By that time, I'll whip up my phone and I will go to my notes and I will make a plan of what it is that I would like us to eat for the following week. So I do this on a week by week basis. So I then say, okay, cool, tomorrow is Sunday. Remember, I'm doing this on Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. What is it that I would like for us to eat on Sunday? Typically, Sunday is your more hearty meal. So I will make something that I don't have the time to make during the week. So I'll make things like samp and lamb stew, or I will make dumplings and chicken stew, or I will make pap and some sides, and maybe we'll braai. So typically Sunday is like a very hearty meal, and I really put my foot in it. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my stories. So typically on Sunday, I will try and make something decent for us to enjoy on Sunday. I make enough for 4. Remember, there's 2 of us. So I cook enough to last us 2 days. I wish I could do it for 3 days, but I don't trust us. I think, we would be completely bored. I think more than 2 days, we can't eat the same thing for more than 2 days. So that's where you have to also apply, who you are as a person and what it is that you prefer. So I cook for 2 days at a time. So that hearty meal on Sunday, we will eat again on Monday when we come back from work. And then I think about what is it that I'm going to make on Tuesday. And again, for Tuesday, I am cooking for Tuesday and Wednesday because I cook for 2 days at a time. Typically, I'll go from something hearty to something a bit lighter and simple. During the week, I make one starch and something in the protein department. So it's very easy, very quick meals like your mince and pasta, your tin fish and pasta, your pap and something grilled with a salad, or your burgers and chips sometimes. Those type of things. I make very quick, easy meals during the week. And each time I make those meals, I cook it for 2 times. So Sunday, I cook for Sunday and Monday. And then Tuesday, I cook for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, I cook for Thursday and Friday. Saturday is my day off. That is when we either go out for a late lunch, usually, or we grab something from Woolies that we can pop in the oven. That's my day off, and then I'm back at it again on Sunday. So that is a simple way, guys, of how I meal prep on a weekly basis. You see how I only have to think of 3 things only that I'm going to prepare on those 3 days that I cook. And then when I do prepare it, I just make sure that it's enough to last us for 2 days, which is pretty easy because there's only 2 of us. So I'm cooking for 4, right? And then that is it, literally. So once I make a list on my notes on that Saturday afternoon of what I would like to make for the week, I then, on the other side, make a list of all the things I don't have to make that thing. Typically, my mealie meal, flour, pasta, samp, those type of things I do buy in a bit bigger sizes, not 5 kg and 10 kg, no, but I buy them in like your 2.5 kg and stuff like that, so they last for a couple of meals. So what I usually top up on is the meat that I would like to cook. I only buy what I'm going to prepare for the week, and that's it. If there's a vegetable, I only buy what I'm going to prepare for the week, and that's it. And what I've found is that that allows me to break down my monthly grocery budget. Let's use 4 grand as an example. My monthly grocery budget into 1,000 rand per week. So I know that every single week I spend 1,000 rand, and that is how I manage my budget. I'll speak about the benefits a bit later, but I basically plan what it is that I'm going to cook. I then make a list of what it is that I have already and what are some of the things that I need. In this 1,000 rand, by the way, is also taking into account takeout. So if on that Saturday we're going to take something and put it in the oven from Woolies, or if we're going to go out for lunch, that is in that budget. So in a week, what do we eat and where are we eating it is maxed in that budget. So if we know that we're going to have late nights, we're going to study, we're going to come home late, I know that the 1,000 rand for the following week is not going to go to hearty meals. It's going to go to making sure that I get oven stuff from Checkers and Woolies. You see how I'm able to plan on a weekly basis based on our schedule, which really does save money and stuff like that. So that is how I weekly meal prep, and that is how I figure out what type of groceries I'm going to need for the end of the week, right? Now, what are some of the benefits that I've seen in doing things this way? The first one is it keeps me accountable and actually motivated to cook. So I like the fact that every week I get to think of what is it that I would like to cook for that week or what I'm going to grab. I get really excited when I see it, and then I'm motivated to make it because number one, options are limited because that's all I have for the week. So I have to make that. And secondly, I probably got something I'm still excited about because it's not something that I bought in the beginning of the month. Because what I used to find in the old way of doing things is I would buy a hell of a lot of stuff. My pantry would be full. And then I'd see something nice on a YouTube video, on one of your vlogs, and be like, I actually want to have that for dinner. And now I'm adding on to my already existing groceries. You see what I mean? And I'm wasting what I've already bought. So now, because it's a week by week thing, if I want to try something new, I behave myself because I know that next week I can just put it in our menu. And also Mr. M is able to suggest things as well. Like, oh, babe, I saw this. Why don't we have that next week? And be able to build it in and keep things exciting. So it keeps me motivated, which means I cook more. And if I cook more, it means I'm buying less takeout. And if I buy less takeout, it means I'm saving money. The second thing that it helps me with is I get time to take advantage of sales. So here's another thing that used to bore me in the old system. I used to buy everything up front, right? And yes, there are some sales at the end of the month, but sometimes there would be things in the month that I've already bought that I now can't take advantage of because my pantry is full, my budget is gone. So now if there's going to be a sale, I get to be like, oh my God, now I can buy that and use it for the following week. So it allows for a lot of flexibility in terms of taking advantage of sales and just maneuvering your budget, guys. Sometimes we decide we're going to go home on Friday and come back on Monday. Then I'm able to plan accordingly on a weekly basis, and I'm not stuck having spent all of my money up front. So that's the second advantage, is the fact that I'm able to take advantage of sales. I'm able to take advantage of special offers that come up. Maybe instead of cooking, they have like a dinner for two, whatever. Then I'm like, okay, cool. Then Friday and Saturday, we're going to go for that dinner for two, and then that will be part of our weekly budget of 1,000 rand. So I don't use the envelope system. The cash is in the bank, but I know what is allocated to which week, and I reconcile on a weekly basis to make sure that I am following the budget. Then the third benefit that really for me is probably one of my favorite is the cash flow management. I did not like the fact that I spent a lot of my grocery budget in one go and then I didn't have any cash left for the rest of the month. I love having money at my fingertips, and it gives me a lot of if I don't have money. I like having money. So now that I spend my 4,000 in 1,000s, for example, I know that I've got cash flow for the month and I could spice things up, turn them around, as long as I stick within the budget. Whereas before, if I spend 3,000 rand in the first weekend of payday, then I've only got 1,000 rand for the rest of the month, and anything can happen, to be honest, guys, especially if you're not tied down by like a big family, you could decide to up and go, you could take a drive, you could not be home for the weekend, and all of those things. And I feel like cash flow for me was a very important part of making that possible. So those are the advantages. Oh, yes. How can I forget wastage? If you are a very small family like ours, you can do a lot of wastage when you buy in bulk, like vegetables and all of those things. It just doesn't work. I forgot to mention, by the way, that we love, love, love fruits. So every week we top up on what we need to cook, and we also buy fruits just for the week because they expire and they stop being fresh, which is also a waste of money because then you're throwing away vegetables, you're throwing away fruit that you don't need. So you might as well just buy enough for that week. So we'll typically buy like a bag of apples, we'll buy some bananas, we'll buy, I use frozen fruit for smoothies, so that's something else. And then we'll buy nachos or something like that to carry during the week, and also to substitute our simple lunch and breakfast arrangement. So those are the benefits, guys. You avoid wastage because you're not throwing away food, you're cooking everything you need. The second thing, if you have a lot of flexibility, so you can take up sales and offers that are going on during the month and you're not stuck. The third thing is you also have a lot of flexibility in terms of changing up your menu when you want to, which keeps things exciting, which means that you are motivated to stay on your plan to cook. So that's how I manage my groceries, guys, and how I transitioned from the traditional monthly to the weekly meal prepping and also groceries. I wish I was that person that could meal prep in one day for the whole week. I know some people do that. Kudos to them. I also feel like we who meal prep save on electricity and time and resources as well, because you're not cooking every single day. You're cooking once for more days. So like I said, I wish I could do it for longer, but you need to use these tips and adjust them to your situation and what it is that you prefer. Otherwise, it won't work. And lastly, in terms of how I do my groceries, I use Checkers and Woolies 80% to 90% of the time. I prefer to use Woolies Dash and Checkers 60 because I feel like it's convenient. I can be doing something else while grocery shopping, while someone else is grocery shopping for me. And I feel like it also saves me because I'm not, tempted by things I see at the store. I only buy what it is that I need. Mr. M, on the other hand, likes being out of the house. So if he's around, then I'll probably do that with him. And it's our little ritual on Sunday that we do. But if he's not around, I definitely take the easy way out and I use Woolworths Dash or Checkers 60. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. If you did enjoy it or you found it a tiny bit helpful, please give it a huge thumbs up. And if you haven't done so, consider subscribing so I can see you in the next video. Bye.